What's up? And today we're going to do some variations on the fan. The fan is one of the first tricks that you learn. It snaps like this. You can do a reverse fan where you snap it like this, where it goes the opposite direction, clockwise, clockwise instead of counterclockwise, at least if you're right-handed. Um, there's the helicopter fan. But what we're going to do is I'm going to start with the choker fan. But then I'm also going to go into palm fans, which I think are a little easier, and maybe backhand fans. So the choker fan looks something like, let's see if I can do this right, something like this. Oh, that's ugly. My choker fans, I'm going to admit, are not the cleanest, but this is a tutorial to teach you a fundamental thing. Don't judge me too hard. I'm trying my best. So if you're doing it really well, the choker fan can look, wow, really clean where, it looks just as equally T-shaped but upside down. But that requires momentum. First things first, though. I'm going to try to do it one more time to make it look good. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, there we go. Okay, so here's the situation. Safe handle. What we're going to do is, and when you flick out, you can bring it down kind of like a ladder, like here. If you're in a position where you're holding the fan, where, you're holding it one handle, like this, upside down, you're going to go with your thumb and index. And you're going to also use your middle finger, thumb, index, and middle finger. And you're going to bring your ring finger, and you're going to pull back your thumb and index. And you're going to try, so here, let me back it up. You're going to pull your ring finger back, and your middle finger, you're just kind of using it to rotate the balisong counterclockwise if you're right-handed, like so. So that's just the first revolution. And you can kind of like pull your thumb back too to give it like the start. Actually, that's even better if anything. So yeah, you're using your thumb and index finger to pull it back like this. Like you're twisting something loose. And then as you get here, you're going to use your ring and middle finger. You're going to bring your palm downward. And you're going to do that twisting motion like here. And keep going. And then at some point, you're kind of in this position. So when you're here, you can eventually catch it in your palm. I'm doing it really slowly. So yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and when you get it with your index finger, you're going to try and just pull it over as you rotate your palm back up and catch the safe handle. So that's the choker fan. Choker fans are cool. They're pretty flashy looking if you can get them to look bright. However, mine are, they're okay. Actually, wait a second. Hold on. Did I bog up? Yeah, choker fans, sometimes you end up on the, depends on how far you go. If you do, if you do a full rotation, you should end up with the blade up and the bite side handle down. But if you don't go all the way, and you don't get that last rotation here, you just end up here, you can get it like this. So yeah, once again, choker fans. And it's easiest when you're coming out of like you're flicking at, and then you come to like a ladder, and you just roll your fingers. And when you're starting out, it's gonna look slow, and it's gonna look awkward, like it's just two dangling parts. But then as you get faster, it's gonna, the momentum is just gonna naturally make these two fan out. And yeah, it's just a process of getting used to this. That's a choker fan. Next, we're going to do a palm fan. A palm fan looks like this. And you can go palm fan down and back up towards you. And some people, if they're really good, they can just keep going back and forth. That was actually some of the best I've done. So palm fan, you're going to hold the bite side, or you're going to hold the safe side. You can do it also on the other side if you want, but it's easiest to, be safe to do on the safe side. And you're going to have it so that you're holding the safe handle with the blade and the bite side down. You're going to try and flick the bite side up, like so. Try and get this T position. It's okay if the bite handle rests against your fingers, because it's going to be impossible to maintain a vertical T like that. So you're going to flick it up like this, and then you're just going to roll your fingers down. Let gravity do the work. And if you're doing it fluid enough, it'll go like that, and it'll keep a T. Now, it's easy for like the bite side handle come down like this, and then your fan breaks. So you're going to try and maintain it as vertical as possible, but if you're going to favor a side, favor it towards leaning towards into your fingers, then outwards, because at least into your fingers, it can be maintained. But again, you want it as vertical as possible. When you go down, you just kind of like, drop your wrists, lower your fingers, oops, and yeah, that's a palm fan. And if you want to bring it back, you're just going to use the momentum here, do your best, and you're just going to curl your fingers back in and your wrists up. And you're going to, of course, try your best to keep the bite side handle vertical. Some people love to just do this back and forth, and a really neutral balisong feels really good with this. If the handle is so much heavier than the blade, it's easy for the fan to break. And the last one is a backhand fan, where you're going to hold it now this way. So the blade is out and the bite handle is down. And a backhand fan is when you flick it over like this. So now you are just turning your wrist over while holding it like this. The bite handle is against your pinky and the blade is out. And the backhand fan, it's kind of like if you're like revving a motorcycle, vroom vroom, you're gonna vroom vroom while also gently holding the safe handle, and you're just gonna try and twirl it. Like it's gonna look like, well, it's gonna look like this. You didn't even get to see. Holding this out, it's gonna look like this. That's a backhand fan. So yeah, you're gonna just kind of like your fingers. It's gonna be kind of like the palm fan, but like upside down essentially is the backhand fan. And you're rolling it like this way, like you're again cranking that hog. And yeah, and so one thing is a way to incorporate all the fans is one fan, close it, bring it down this way. So as you know, as you start with the fan blade and handle come down this way. You're gonna go in a ladder motion where you flick it over all the way to a backhand. You're gonna do a backhand palm, a backhand fan, and you're gonna flip over your wrist and end up into a palm fan. And then if you are pulling it back, you can bring it into a choker fan. So that's like a crazy fan combo, and it should, let's see if I can do this. Should look like, yeah, it's a little shoddy, but that's just like examples of how to combo it. You don't have to do this, but yeah, it's a little tricky. And especially getting out of the choker fan. Also, just choker fans, it's easier, like if I'm doing a ladder and then I want to do a choker fan afterwards. Choker fans are cool to like throw into things when you want to do a single manipulation. I almost always do a palm fan after a choker fan, and you can do, whatever you need to. So apologies that my choker fans are, I'm going to be honest, not the cleanest. And that fan combo was certainly not the cleanest, but hopefully you found this video helpful. If you do, give it a like. This one is not my strong suit, but I figure that teaching palm fans and choker fans especially is a good way of getting a new building block to get to other tricks. It's a good way of comboing in and out of awkward, well, not like awkward, but in and out of different holds where you're like holding just one handle. And when you have your palms up or down or whatever, it gives you options. So yeah, hopefully that'll help you get new tricks to combo into things, and have a good one. Like it, subscribe, and watch the next tutorial.